Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Hey there, welcome back. Welcome back to Actually Aubrey. We're back with Married at First Sight, our own recap live, and it's season 16, episode 11, Moonshine and Month Anniversaries, guys. How's everybody doing?
Well, thank
Doing
you.
fantastic.
Okay, we lost somebody already. This
Oh,
internet. Oh, I don't know what's going on. How are you doing? And we got a new cast member, a new panel member, and that is our very own Millennial and Mom. Mom is also Kay. So, hi, welcome in, Kay.
thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for being here. And Kimberly, you okay now?
Yes, good, I think.
Okay, very good. And happy Sunday, everybody that's out there. Happy Sunday. Now that we've sprung forward and everything, I hope everybody is fine and well and good. What's it like in your neck of the What did you think about this episode? Those of you that are viewing, what did you think? What kind of grade would you have given it if you were to give it a grade? I said like a C minus. What about you guys on the panel?
The season or the past episode?
Oh no, this last episode is what we're grading.
Oh, I'm with you with the C minus. I think that there's a lot of fluff. I don't think there's a lot of substance in this episode or the season, to be honest.
Okay, you know a lot of people are saying it. I don't feel bad. Say how you feel and feel how you say it. What about you, Kimberly? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like to keep it positive, so I'm gonna give them a C positive.
C positive. Okay, that's fair. Roll.
Okay, I'll slide in the middle there and say it's a C, just a flat C.
Okay, all right. And hey there out there, Joshua. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Yes, thank you. Blessings to you also. Ellen B, our member and moderator. Hey there, girl. And I hope I say, oh yes, this is Kimberly, one of your favorites, and will be mine also. Is it Monet? How does
Oh
she pronounce
yeah,
her name,
Hi,
Kimberly?
Monet.
yeah, money
Monet.
too. Hello, hello.
Okay, Monet, and of course, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hey there, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Amen. Oh my goodness, stay tuned. He don't mess around. He ain't trying to be positive.
He
Episode.
said, L.
Hey,
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
that's so
F
funny.
plus.
That is so funny. I don't know
At
what
least he got the plus.
right. There's the positive. There's the positive.
Ooh, little
Oh, wait a
positive.
minute. Oh, he's so comical. Wait a minute. He said it would have been an F minus had it been 2 hours long. I know that's right. Don't be holding us up. Oh, yes. And absolutely. Hey there, James. Guy. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up this video now while you're here because, if you leave out, you'll forget. So go ahead, thumbs it up now. You know you're going to enjoy yourself. I appreciate you so much for being here with us every week, every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our couples. First up this week, we have, let me find their pictures. We have Clint and Gina. Clint and Gina. Now, what is going on with Clint and Gina? They're actually, they're first up because, hey, they're actually getting along. They're liking each other. Clint's in love with her dog, Hank. Hank's in love with Clint. And if the apocalypse happens, we know that Clint is not going to eat the dog, guys. So is that good or what? What are we thinking about this couple?
I'm
I
glad
think-
to see it. I'm
Mhm.
glad to see them working out.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
glad.
All right.
It's
Mhm.
surprising, but it seems that they're at least trying. At least now she's trying more. So I'm glad to see it. Hopefully everything will work out for them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm seeing them working out as a couple, but I do see that they do at least seem to respect each other as individuals. What
Mhm.
about you, Kay? What do you think? Are you thinking that they're going to work out as a couple, or do you just see them kind of going along to get along as a couple for the 2 months?
Yeah, I don't see them long term as a couple at all. But I do appreciate that Gina is finally talking about something other than her business. Now, my concern is
Mhm.
them having a good
Problem.
time at the month anniversary dinner and their activities. Was this
Hmm.
like the night after or a couple nights after Gina was doing the things that she liked to do, the rodeo and things like that? So it seemed like she was in a better mood. But as far as them
Hmm.
communication wise, I think they still have a little bit to go because Clint has always been more positive than Gina. He's always saying it'll work out at the end. He has faith, this and that. We haven't necessarily got that from Gina, except for at the dinner. It says, oh, everything is good. She's deciding to be open minded. But,
Right.
this is the month and
Mhm.
it's already the halfway point. So I think it's a little bit too late. But then
Hmm.
again, too, they could also be the dark horse of the season. But I just don't see it past decision day if they did say yes for some reason.
Well, it's
Mhm.
interesting that you mentioned about them being out. And one of the things that I noticed when they were out on, I guess it was the Redneck Comedy Bus Tour, and then they got dropped off for the Moonshine, right? Which is the Moonshine portion of the Moonshine's month anniversary. What
Mm-hmm.
I noticed about Clint, and I said I was really pleased with him. Well, number one, let's just start here. He's a man that cooks, and he cooks well. So now,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm a woman and I'm looking at a husband material, that's going to be a definite star for me from to him.
Yes.
He
Me
cooks.
too.
He's treating her well. He seems to be treating her well. He
Uh-huh.
has a good job. He's gainfully employed. Let's look at all those pluses. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the things though that like you can't buy it with money is how he covered his wife. He called her, she might be a world-class woman, this woman right here. And I think that was him basically saying his way of saying he could take her around the world with him. He's enjoying her company when she's, being good, but we know that Gina has a way of mucking things up. Um,
Yes.
and I like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
Kimberly, what are your thoughts
Mhm.
about Gina and Clint?
Oh yeah, I like them together. Clint is my favorite, of course. I've liked Clint from
Mm-hmm.
the beginning.
What
And
tell Kay what you call Clint.
he's my Clinty Pooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Look out. I really like Clint. He has been trying, like Kay said from the beginning, he has been very positive. And that's what I like when dating. You need to find someone who is very positive about the future and who is speaking about the future in a positive manner, not just someone who's looking for like a maid or a chef. But Clint really wants a marriage and to travel. He's already talking about traveling, seeing the world, and taking his wife along with him. And I just love that about Clint. And like you said, the cooking is a bonus that should raise
Yes,
high.
you taught me that.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
'cause
How my
I'm
ex
not going to
got
be in the
me.
kitchen. So
All
yeah, I'm
right.
hopeful for them. They may work. They may surprise us, y'all, and give us a yes.
Mhm.
They may. I mean,
Mhm.
stranger thing. I think if Gina's thinking like if she's really looking at the marketplace and not working on her own ego about I'm all this in a bag of chips. If she's really looking at the
Hmm.
marketplace and seeing that at her age, with her assets, where she is realistically, Clint is. He's already miles, and I hate to say this, but in my opinion, he's already miles above anything else she'll probably ever meet or want to marry that'll want to marry her. So I
Mhm.
think if
Yes.
she's a wise woman, she better try to keep Clint and try to work it out and see if there's some other chemistry going on in the other departments. If you catch my drift, because I don't know, these couples are married, but nobody's having sex allegedly except for Chris and Nicole. It's kind of crazy to me.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
They're
don't know,
having
guys.
vanilla sex.
And they're having,
Ooh.
I don't know what kind. At least they're having it. And I will say this, guys. I'm not fooled by Dominique, the former Dominique and McKinley. I believe that they had intercourse and relations too. I really do. There's no
Me
way
too.
anybody can tell me
I think
that
so.
they didn't. But we're not covering them now. They're off the show. So we will
Mhm.
move forward with this next couple, which is let me see, get my little list here. Oh my goodness, what's going on with my list? I'm just all discombobulated, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, the next one, which was kind of a really hard one because it's kind of a toss-up. This couple was actually a little more interesting than they have been, and that's Nicole and Chris, right?
Mhm.
Nicole and Chris. I mean, they're all over the place. You know, like I don't know. Did anybody catch? Well, first of all, I'm going to ask you the first question. What do you guys think about Nicole's dad and what he was saying about Chris and this big D energy that he's talking about? I mean, did that make sense to you guys? Roro?
Well, he says that, but is Chris really the one that is, taking
Hmm.
the passive role here? Because look who's doing all the work. Gina. Gina is the one getting
You
up
mean
early.
you mean Nicole?
I mean,
Nicole and
Nicole, I'm
Chris?
sorry. Yeah. Nicole is the one who's getting up early to look after the dogs. She's the one that
Mm,
had to make the decision on how to deal and handle the dog situation. Her dog is the one that can't live there.
right,
Um,
right.
let's see,
All
what
the
else did I?
compromises that she's made.
Yeah,
Well,
she agreed to extend her lease for 9 months without argument,
mm-hmm.
after the decision day. So she is the one who's really making all the
Oh, so you're saying
compromises.
maybe she needs big D energy.
Yeah, or
I
some
think
other
that's
letter energy,
right. Something. Oh,
you know.
Kay, what are your thoughts? I see you over there grinning. What are your thoughts about
Well,
this?
first of all, her dad has always been on, even when they got married, he's always been on Chris's case, for a good
Mm-hmm.
way, because clearly Nicole comes from a family that's very, I don't know the word.
Expressive
There you go. Very expressive. That's a great word.
Mhm.
and
And I think,
obtrusive, but we'll talk about that when you get to me. Go
right,
ahead.
right. But Chris gives like the cowardly lion energy. So I get the BD energy from the dad. But I was just
Mm-hmm.
surprised to hear the dad say it and not Nicole. And I think one of
Ooh,
Nicole's issues to me is that she's, and there's nothing wrong with having communication because a lot of couples struggle with communication. But
right.
Nicole is an oversharer. And I
Yeah.
think that's
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank
and I
you.
thought she
Yep.
was from the very beginning, even before they show us on next episode. She's just an overshare of all information. Like she has to go back to like when she was a toddler where things has happened to her. It's okay to explain the things that's gone on in your life, but he's a stranger, right? You're a
Right.
stranger husband. So you want to give them things, surface level things, and then you build up to those other deeper issues. And I think that Chris,
Mhm.
his mind, the way he communicates isn't on the same level as Nicole. And I'm not saying you have to dial back to, kind of like, quote, dumbing down your conversation, but you have to meet your partner on the level that they're on. And I think that's the problem. The balance is off. And so kudos to Nicole for giving up her dog to her dad's house and all these other things that she's doing for Chris. But at the same time, is she giving him an opportunity to do these things for her too? It doesn't seem like it just by the way that she's constantly at Chris. You know what I'm saying? For example, what are we going to say on decision day? It's going to be a yes, right? It's always like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I haven't heard Chris yet say what does he want to do with her or for her. Mine is that anniversary episode when he surprised her with the helicopter thing. So even though it
Right.
seems like they're talking communication, she's talking at him. I think that's the problem.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. Okay, Kimberly, what are your thoughts? Thank you for that. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wish Nicole would let him lead a little more, just wait and see what he would do, because she always seems to just jump right in with the answer, kind of coming to his rescue. But the dad does not hold back. That is one thing about his dad. It's her dad. It's like he doesn't even care if the cameras are rolling or not. He's giving his opinion, which is good, but he is just very outspoken about, really going after Chris. Just, I guess, making sure his daughter is happy in a good relationship, but I think he needs to speak more to his daughter, because Nicole could be a little more laid back. I feel she needs to let Chris
There you
lead.
go. Now. See, now wait a minute. Here's the thing. You just struck on something that nobody's really saying. Speak to the person who you know closest and dearest. That's which would be his daughter, right?
Right.
I mean, other than him giving, his expectations that a man keep their hands off of someone, his daughter or whatever, and
Mhm.
speak to her with kindness. And then when he can't, then make sure you're walking out the door and you're leaving. Okay. But those type of basic things. But other than that, he really has no right and no place. He doesn't even know Chris yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I still think Chris is a little passive aggressive though. We'll see.
That's what
I
I'm
think it's
seeing.
gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Watch.
That
Because
that's what I'm seeing, Roro. That this man, Chris he is in my opinion, he absolutely is passive aggressive, and he's also learned to manipulate this woman. I
yeah,
mean,
that's
because
what I mean.
as you
Hmm.
pointed out, all the things that he's gotten her to do, and she's not said, let's compromise or let's go, instead of doing 9 months, what about just 4 months or this or that? She offers no compromise. She just gives in, even with the dog. She doesn't even have her dog there, but yet his two big horse-sized dogs are in this small, tiny apartment. I don't
Hmm.
get it.
Hmm.
I
It's
Yeah,
don't
the
get it.
horse.
I'm
yeah, and
sorry,
even like
Kimberly.
when. Hmm.
Kimberly, what did you say?
I was laughing. You said the horse-sized dogs because they are huge.
They
They're
are
cute.
huge.
And wait a minute, let's not even get around the fact that they are obviously untrained, hopping off and on the sofa, running around the apartment. When people come in, they're jumping all over. I've never seen dogs like that.
Hmm. I
But
also
I think
think
I.
Nicole is a
Yeah.
people pleaser. I think she would do it regardless. I think she wants to be married. She wants everything that comes with this. I think that she would bend over backwards, not just for this relationship, all her relationships. That's what she gives
Yeah.
me.
So
So,
she's
Yeah,
just being agreeable to going along to get along. But
mhm.
right.
what about when he said he's not materialistic, so he prefers
Mhm.
memories and adventures instead of buying flowers and purses? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, did he even try to find out what she really likes? How she like, did he even find out if she likes flowers and gifts? It was almost like that's totally out of the question for him. It's not going to
Mhm.
happen,
I
you
didn't.
know.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't take it that way. I did like the idea of the helicopter ride, but that was just me. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
He's been spending the time with her, so I'm not sure if she likes flowers or she's a flower girl or not. Some women don't like flowers. I'm a person. I prefer if somebody's going to spend the money. I'd rather have a live plant, than
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
flower. But
Mhm.
everybody is different. But yeah, there are a lot of things going on with these two. But I will say this though, real quick. What did you guys think about, and ask your opinion, what did you guys think about the four of them? So Chris and Nicole and Gina and Clint went on the redneck bus tour. What did you guys make of that? Kimberly?
I thought it was a good bonding time. I'm not sure why they paired them together. Just I liked it. Didn't like the name of it, but we'll move past that. But I thought it
Uh-huh.
was
Yeah. Go ahead.
overall it was good. And then they went to what was it, shots or whatever the moonshine thing.
Oh yeah,
So
when they went to the bar, right? Well, they did
yeah.
at least ask the bartender what was marriage and what was his advice, since he had been married 6 years to their 1 month.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's true, but I'm just surprised to see Clint and Gina just switch. Well, more so Gina because she is just on board now and like she's really trying. It's like I blinked my eyes and it was a whole different person.
Mm.
Yeah, she thought about that $50,000 on that contract. I guess I don't know. What do you say,
Mhm.
Kay?
I think it was a odd pairing as well, but just as the season has gone along with every season of Married at First Sight, they tend to pair the strongest couple with the weakest couple, even though there's
Ah,
different couples who could be considered weak as well, and we know who they are coming up. But
Hmm.
Clint and Gina have been the one who have struggled the most outside of Dominique and McKinley, like as not bonding as a couple as well. So they tend to do that, and I don't know. I just think that again, I'm gonna give Gina a little bit of grace this time. Like I said, we'll just have to see how the show rolls along. But Clint has always been here, and like I said, I think they just want to put the stronger couple with someone who wasn't as much, and have them go out together because
mm-hmm.
I don't see the connection of these two couples, like them saying hello or nothing like that. They
Well,
don't even
I'm
seem.
wondering.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, and I got a
No, I was
quick
gonna say they don't
question.
even seem like they even talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so.
I'm wondering, did you guys, I don't know how many of you here on the panel, how many of you watched the after party this week?
Mhm.
I'm wondering, does Nicole stick notes under Gina and Clint's door? Because we know that she's sticking notes under Kirsten and Shaq's door, telling Shaq what to do and how to hold his wife and kiss her at night before he goes to bed, and put some R&B soul music on. So I'm wondering if she just does that to certain couples, or does she do that to Clint and Gina?
I don't know why she does it at all, personally. Like, why
I
can't
know,
somebody
Exactly.
tell somebody
I
that,
know,
She
you know?
needs to mind her marriage.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
right.
But back to that
Hmm.
the redneck comedy tour. I don't think
Yes,
they could have paired the other two couples with
no,
them with for this tour because
not
I
for
don't think they
redneck.
would have
No.
been I don't think they would have been interested in tourists, cooters or beavers.
Yeah, and right. And when you say redneck, it's so funny. Quick story: years ago at my church, there was a Caucasian gentleman that was courting me at the time, and he used to sometimes call himself a redneck. And I was under the impression, as a black person, I was like, okay, redneck. You know, when I think of rednecks, I think of KKK. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. But then I found
Mm.
out that no, it just literally means Caucasian people that are out in the sun in the summertime, their necks get red and they call them rednecks. So I'm like, okay, that's how you mean it, but
yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm in the
right,
South
yeah.
now. I'm
Yeah,
in
we
the
know
South.
we
I know.
redneck tour too much, okay? Sorry about that, Jeff Foxworthy or whatever your name is. We're not generally
Mm.
down with that kind of stuff. Now, maybe Mac McKinley and Dominique, had they stayed together, that would have been interesting to see if they would have went on this comedy tour. But it really was not that funny. Except for, I did love the. What did you guys think about the mom and them joke? The mom and
Oh,
Yeah.
them.
well, I say that so because my family's
Hmm.
from the South, so I was like, that's okay, but that's not redneck, that's Southern.
Yeah, that's what I was
Exactly.
gonna say.
That's
That's
what
just
I
a
was.
Southern thing.
It's a
Hmm.
southern thing, yeah. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, we see that. So moving on along with our next couple, we're gonna get into, and it was a toss up for me, guys. It was kind of hard this week to make this decision, but we're gonna go on and talk about Kirsten and Shaquille. I'm so confused by this couple, guys. I'm so confused. We see that Kirsten apparently has never repotted a plant before. I don't know how you get to be a big old age of 30 plus and you've never repotted a plant, but maybe she doesn't like plants. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with this young lady, but I'm not sure what's going on with him. But he is starting to really kind of force her to focus in on what are you going to do. And I'm going to move this off the screen because it's covering this lovely lady. Um, what are you going to do? What are we going to do about this relationship, right? Kirsten and Shaq. Roro, would you like to say some thoughts that you have about Kirsten and Shaq this episode?
Okay, yeah, I'm still in the same zone that I was before. I
Mm-hmm.
think Kirsten is still playing to the camera.
Oh,
She's trying to
okay.
flip it now and make it seem as though um, it's all because of the fact that Shaq is not at home as much as he was before. And I
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
think that's because he's frustrated and he's just, don't want to be in the same space with her because it makes him even more frustrated. But,
Okay.
there is something still going on with Shaq that still has me kind of concerned. Like it's just something lurking there under the surface. It's just something
I
about him
still,
that, yeah, I think
I
I know
agree.
what you're saying.
I
Hmm.
agree. Well, Roro, I agree with you that I can see him being frustrated because as a viewer and as a blogger, I'm getting frustrated too. But what I can say is that if you're going to come home, come home. I don't
Hmm.
understand this idea that he's out, this concept that he's out with these young college students, that they really want to be bothered with him at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Like, so where are you really hanging out at? Or is Kirsten
Hmm.
lying on you? If so, maybe turn to the camera and say it, because she's acting like he's hardly ever there. But then the flip side of it is when she says, he doesn't hug me and kiss me when he comes in. He just kind of says, "Oh, hey," but like you're not giving that vibe off to him that you want to be hugged and kissed, right?
Well, when he did, she didn't like it. She didn't
No.
want to be touched. So,
Right.
that's why I'm saying he's frustrated, not so much as to,
Hmm.
what we normally think of as being frustrated, but just her actions. It's like, which one is it? Which do you want me to show you affection or do you want me to keep my hands away from you? Because
Right.
that in
Kim,
itself would frustrate me.
right. Let me move on. Okay, I agree with you. And Kimberly, what did you think of the scene with Kirsten and her friend? They were getting a pedicure, and Kirsten was just acting like well, things are up and down sometimes, and you know, she has this way of talking. She speaks very slowly, and it's like, you know, come on, spit it out, girl, spit it out.
Right. I just have one word to sum up Kirsten this episode. Awkward. It was very awkward because, like she said, it is up and down, but I think she's controlling the up and down because Shaquille doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know which way to move. I feel like Kirsten just wants him to be more aggressive. I think if he just
Yeah.
takes control, just do it, he's not going to hurt her. Or, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's what she wants. I think it's something deeper with Kirsten. Maybe she's
Yes.
insecure about her lip or something. That's why she
Her
doesn't want
lip.
to kiss him. I'm just like, it's something that we're not seeing. Maybe it's a bad edit. I don't know, but just
Mm-hmm.
awkward. That's all I got for
Her
her.
lip.
Awkward. Okay, you know, there is something going on. What about you, Millennial? What are you thinking about a Shaq and Kirsten's connection or lack thereof?
I think there's lots of things going on from both sides. And I think for the most part, I agree that Shaq staying out with his mentees and maybe working on his dissertation. Yes, that could be taking up your time. But with Carson saying he's never home, that means that's coming across to me like he's intentionally staying out later because he doesn't want to be there because he's not getting the connection and attention from Kirsten. Now, I think Kirsten is starting to open up a little bit, but she's opened up a little too slow. I do think that their communication issues aren't there because Kirsten said earlier in the season that he talks to her like he's giving a speech. And I get that from him because he's intellectual, and maybe he don't know how to turn that off when he's talking to his mentees or talking at the college where he works or whatever, things like that.
Mm.
And I
Okay.
do also think that Kirsten's bringing in. I'm sure everyone brings in baggage, but I think Kirsten's bringing in baggage with her as well that
Yes.
she hasn't completely healed from in her
Mm-hmm.
past relationship because it was said that before she came on the show, she was with someone for years who ended up having a side baby. They broke up,
Mm.
and now
Mhm.
she's
Oh,
on
I
the
forgot
show.
about the side baby. Okay.
Yeah.
So now
Bring it
Yep.
she's
to
on
our
the
remembrance.
show. So
Mm.
now she's more guarded. So now she's with a stranger. So you're already going to be guarded anyways, but you're with a
Right.
stranger now. So she's even more guarded. And since Shaq is more open, more jovial, more communicative kind of thing, and Kirsten doesn't seem like she is that
Mm-hmm.
that's one reason why they're not getting along. And then two,
Okay.
from what Shaq said on the after party when he was first on, I think he's jaded with that too. If you saw it or you didn't, what he said was, when
What?
the cameras are on, she's talking. When they're not on, she's not talking. So there's no.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Let me go back to that comment that was put in the comments. Thank you.
Yep. Yes.
Moni T put that in here. Wait a minute, where was that? I saw it just a second ago. Where did I see that at?
So I don't think so. While you're looking, I don't think that
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
switch has been flipped back on from all that. I think Shaq gave us a what's happening in their relationship in general. So if you're not really chatting or communicating, even though you're rubbing the head, if you turn it on just for the camera, and she's even said, just like Eris, even though you're being honest, like I'm not really
Mm.
attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're also just on the show for the show, at least where Kirsten's concerned. So.
Okay, now that's a thought. That's a thought. Which I'm not sure how it's going to benefit her, but I guess if it grows her social media influence that all these young millennials seem to be so deep into right now, I guess Dundee makes a good point too. And thank you very much, Moni T. I hope I'm saying that right. That yeah, remember that Shaq did say that she plays to the cameras, and when the cameras are off, she wants nothing to do with him. And Donna D says, I think Shaquille may be sorry he passed up his job opportunity for a relationship that will go nowhere. But I kind of have a
That's
problem
his
with that
fault.
now. I have a problem, yeah, because one, why did he never bring it to his wife's attention? One, and then two, is it someone that said in our last week's episode, one of the viewers also commented and said that he really isn't going anywhere unless the offer was closer to Mississippi. Was it? Yeah, Mississippi, where Jackson State, where his the college where he's getting his doctoral degree conferred from. He's not going anywhere. So where was this opportunity? He didn't talk about it. So I really have a problem with somebody blaming anybody but themselves for an opportunity that he never even discussed with her. Does
Right. He
anybody
can't.
else see that? Go ahead,
Yeah.
Roro.
he can't blame Kirsten for that because,
No,
you know,
not
he
at all.
surprised her by telling her while the camera was rolling in front of his mentees. You know, those were like three knockouts all in one. And I don't think that's fair. That would be unfair to Kirsten if he were to be upset about that because, you know, he decided on his own.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm, okay, there's some conversation as to whether the ex had a baby or not, or whether that was a side chick and not a side baby. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many moving parts of these shows. Donna D says, yeah, now this is definitely what I think. So I don't know. You probably see me kind of grappling with this whole thing with Kirsten. I do have a problem in speaking too forcefully about her because what I saw between what I saw last week on the
Mhm.
show and then flip fast forward to the after party, I do feel like this woman has been victimized in some very serious way. And I think it goes back further than, let's say, even a boyfriend that was maybe recent within the last year or so. I think that there's something that happened to her maybe in childhood. She's showing signs, classic signs of the A word that we don't like to use on YouTube for reasons because it
Mhm.
takes our channel down. Um,
Hmm.
so I just don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing with her. And I think that she needs to sit with somebody and get some serious professional
Mhm.
counseling help. I think, you know, Lifetime and these producers of these shows ought to be ashamed they bring these people in, which brings us to even let me just say this. What did you guys think? And then we'll move on to the next couple. What did you guys think about Shaq saying basically to her, look, if I'm feeling this same way come the next month on decision day, we're going to, you know, I don't want to be feeling this way, but if I'm feeling this way, he basically, without threatening her or giving her ultimatum, he let her know that this is not, I'm not going to be voting that we stay in this marriage. What did you guys think?
I
I
think he's
loved it.
right. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
he's being
uh,
open. He's being open and letting her
mhm,
know, you know,
mhm.
something that she said she needs. She needs him to be more communicative, you know, communicative with her and talk more and discuss things more so they can get to know each other better. So he's letting her know
Yeah, he
Yeah.
how
is.
he feels.
He definitely is. Kimberly, what were you saying?
I loved it. I loved the honesty. And it was kind of a professional ultimatum because it was like, hey, what are we going to do? And I think that's why, if you saw the clip for the next episode, they did progress a little further. So I
Mhm.
believe that he's going to try
Oh,
now.
yeah, that's right.
My
That we
issue
gotta talk about that. Yeah, go ahead.
My issue with Kirsten is she's fully aware that she does not open up in relationships. She knows this is a problem and she still chooses not to open up. So that's my issue with her. And just the whole fact of you're being on a show that progresses over 8 weeks and you have to make a decision at the end of the 8 weeks. Why would you sign up for something like this knowing you're not willing to open up?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Kimberly, what do you think do you think she's fake? Do you think there's something psychological, emotional that's
Yep.
going on? What do you think,
I
Kimberly?
don't think she's fake. I haven't got there yet, but yeah, I think something's
I
just
do.
mental. Something's not adding up psychologically.
Is she living in some kind of dream world? Because she seems to have some kind of fantasy about what marriage is about. That the man is supposed to put in all of the effort, and the woman just sits back and like on her what do they call those things? The Chase Lounge and eats bonbons. Is that what she's fantasizing? Like some kind of,
I
I
don't
mean, it's like going back to the
right.
50s or something. What's going on with her?
Right, but even if the man is to put in the effort, she won't let the man touch or kiss her. But it was cute that she propped her leg up there and let him take off her shoe. I was
Mhm.
like, "Go, girl."
Oh.
You thought it was cute. What did you think, Kay? What did you think of her putting her leg up? Because I had some different thoughts. She had that little short dress on with all that thigh meat hanging out and that
She know what
sexy
she was
curvy body.
doing.
Well, yeah, she knew what she
Hmm.
was doing, but I'm thinking to myself, if you ain't gonna get that man none, ma'am, would you please stop doing that?
Yeah, I thought it was cute, but not in a different way. I'm like, oh, girl, that's cute or not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think she does just enough to keep his attention, but then pulls her back in. So she knows what she's doing. I don't think she's fake either. I just don't think she's ready.
Mm,
That's
Yeah, I think
okay.
she's fake. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm gonna take the hard road on this one.
okay.
I think she is phony, 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 you know, because I just go back to the wedding day when her girls asked her, you know, if she was going to kiss him or not. And it all depended on whether or not she was attracted to him. You know, I think she lied about the not being a good kisser and all that, because if she had been attracted to him, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You know, she would have
Mm.
been, I think they would have already, you know,
They would
went
have
to hot and
already
heavy
torn up
town.
hot, yeah, as we call it, hot and heavy time, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Donna D. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
excuse me, I'm sorry. Being attracted to somebody though, I mean, not attractive doesn't make you fake. To me,
Mm,
she just wasn't attractive to him. But again, I just think
Mhm.
that overall, she just like a lot of them, they come on this show expecting one thing and not getting it.
mm.
Okay,
And
Yep.
okay.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys think about what Donna D says? Donna D says that Kirsten said we need to communicate more, and she said she thought we have only seen Shaq doing all the communicating, not her. She's not telling us anything. She's not telling him anything, you know, about her past, about who she is. We don't really know anything about Kirsten except that she's beautiful and she's a realtor. That's the only two things
Mhm.
we know. And a soar. She's a soar. So okay, so what? What else is there about you?
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
when
know?
he asked her to communicate, she shuts down. She asked him, and then she shuts down when he asks her. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I
I
think that who was it? Was it Kimberly that was saying? I think that to Kimberly's point, I do feel like Kirsten is a woman that's kind of old school in the sense that she needs a man that's gonna be a little more skillful in both caressing her, touching her,
Mhm.
even if it's going to be on camera, because maybe if it takes a good kiss on camera or the hand her his hand in the small of her back, whatever it's going to take for her to really
Mhm.
see, because sometimes, you know, like as women, yes, there's consent, but yes, there's also a man has to step forward and do something. Both of us can't be sitting up here waiting to see who's going to lean in for the kiss, if you follow what I'm saying. That makes
Right.
sense.
Mhm. She wants
You
I
to
know.
be
think
seduced.
I think Kirsten also notices the cameras more too. You can see her looking off when they're talking. She'll like look around. I think she notices it more. I think maybe that's part of the issue with her as well. Like she's uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, did anybody catch? Because I was rewatching it, and on my rewatch, I was noticing that on the party bus over to the dinner, that Kirsten, while everybody else was talking and kind of looking like they were maybe a little bit into their spouse, except for Eris. So her and Eris are kind of alike in this, is that they're both kind of off from their spouses. Even, you know, even when they're there, they're not really there, if that makes sense. They're physically but not emotionally, mentally. She was checked out and she was on her phone, like whether she was on her Instagram, her IG, trying to see how many more followers she had. I mean, so I'm thinking, like, I don't know. When people say, I think, Kay, to your point of whether it's fake or not, it's not the fake part that she's not attracted to him, but I think why some people call her fake is because, like I said, to me, the whole idea that I would throw my leg up on a man that I'm not attracted to in the intimacy of our home. Yeah, there are cameras around, but yeah, those cameras are going to leave for the night. There's no way in heck that I'm going to put my leg up on a man that I don't want, like that, with my little short dress on. No way.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not doing it, because to me that's like you're leading him on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that's fake. You're leading this man on, because if he's any red-blooded man is gonna feel some kind of way about you with that little dress. And what we could see, like, I mean, basically her butt cheek was about to pop out. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, how's he supposed to feel about that?
Right.
That's
I,
why
And
I
you know,
said he should just make the move. That's what she wants him to do. He should have
oh,
rubbed that little
okay.
thigh, rub that little
Hey,
hand up that
get
thigh,
that
and
that
go
thigh
on
meat.
massage them
Ooh,
thighs.
girl, get that hot and heavy time going.
Oh
Ooh,
my
I'm
gosh.
I gotta
So
fan
you're
myself just
saying,
listening to you. Oh my
yeah,
lord.
she
But what
wants
do you
him to
guys
seduce her. She
last
wants him
question?
to seduce her.
What did you guys think about the kiss? Our viewers want to know, do we think that kiss was awkward or not? What do you guys think about that?
yes.
Cringy.
Yes.
Okay, we got one, but who said cringy? Who was that?
I did.
Okay,
Roro.
Robo said cringy. Kay, what do you say about the kiss coming up next
It was
week?
it was awkward because if you're not attracted, it's awkward. It's awkward.
Is
Mm-hmm.
awkward. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Kimberly, what were your thoughts?
I was not expecting it at all. Like my whole word for them is awkward for this episode. So yeah, but I'm ready. I want to see what happens next week. I'm ready for that part. What led up to the kiss?
Okay, wait a minute. And Don D, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, last thing, and we'll move on to our last couple. Donna D said, "Well, wait a minute. Kirsten had a lot of nerve. She did tell. I did see a portion of it where she said, I'm gonna need you to buy us that house.' Like what?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Whoa. I didn't see that one.
Mm-hmm.
I
Not
I
surprised.
Yeah.
bypassed that one.
Not
Yeah, that
surprised.
that was odd. That was very, very odd. Very, very odd indeed. So to our last couple, these people right here, they're giving me the blues. They're giving me,
Oh,
but you know what? I'm beginning to understand. Let me get this comment off the screen real quick. Yeah, and that's Eris and Jasmine. Eris and Jasmine. Oh my God, they're giving me a headache. He's
I
giving me a
need a
headache.
refreshing
If they
beverage.
don't get this man child off our screen,
Mm.
Maps, why do you do this to your black, your African American castmates that come on this show? Why do you always do is give us these F boys, somebody that's never been in love, somebody that's never had a real relationship? All he's ever done is have sex and orgies. Like, really? What? Are you kidding me? Are you
Mhm.
guys kidding me? This guy plans a date for his wife, and for their 1 month date, guess where he takes her? He takes her to a, what do they call it? A smash room? What do they call
Mhm.
this room? Like really? He takes her to do all this stuff to smash. And really, I think the date was for him. It was not for her. It was for him because he's the first one to break a plate. Like really?
Hmm. Hmm. And he had a
Mhm.
lot of nerve to say that she has a hard time expressing herself. I think what he really means is she has a hard time expressing that she wants to be freaky in the bedroom. That's
Mm-hmm.
all he wants to hear from her. That's the only thing he wants her to express.
If
Even though
ever,
he claims he's not attracted to her, he
yeah.
still asks, he still brings that up all the time. I think he is very attracted to her, and he is, even more intimidated by her because he doesn't
Mm,
know how to deal with a real lady, a woman who has some dignity and some standards. He doesn't know how to deal with that. I think he came onto the show looking for a freak.
Kay, would you agree with that, or do you have? What are your thoughts about Eris and
Woo.
Jasmine?
That's the
What's
first
going
time I
on?
heard looking for a freak. But you know what? You are correct. I agree. I'm gonna say this, and I have to go, ladies.
Yeah.
And I
Oh yeah,
appreciate you.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
So, Eris,
Hmm.
first of all, listen, the experts, I know, I feel they got it wrong. I'm sure a lot of us do as a viewer. What I didn't like about Eris, I'm just going to go back a little bit. When
Okay.
we first met Eris, Dr. Pepper, I remember her saying, before they even got married, he's reformed. How is he reformed? How did he get past you all to think he was reformed? There's no way that he gave different conversation to them that we're seeing on TV. There's no way. I can't even be convinced of that.
You
Eris
don't think you don't
has,
think when he's talking to the very mature and very prestigious Dr. Pepper, you think that he was asking her about what position she likes it in? You think that he would have said that to her? I'm just saying. I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to be funny.
well, she does health and sex, so I don't
Yeah.
Yep.
know. Those questions came up, but still, you have to get past 3 experts, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
You can't fool
Hmm.
all the experts, So I don't understand why they feel like he was reformed enough to be on this show. Absolutely not. I mean, from the bachelor party forward, all you know what? He's a turnoff. No
Very
grown
much.
woman want to hear your only conversation you have is about sex. Where's the substance? Where
Right.
is this substance? That's my point. Eris to me was turned off after they got married, like when they went back in the back to talk to get to know each other, when he learned about how many dogs she had and different little things like that. And then just a conversation on the honeymoon, slowly but surely, in my opinion, turned Eris even more off from Jasmine. And I agree with you, Ro. It's not that she's not attractive. I think he's intimidated. I think, I believe you mentioned also too on my show last week, he's sexually frustrated. Because at first I thought it was Jasmine, but no, it's
No, it's
Eris too.
him. It's him. Because women, we can
Hmm.
hold it. Trust me. Even when we're young, we can hold it.
Hmm.
Just and he's tacky.
Yes,
My
hey.
favorite color has no business saying, "Oh, you like it this way or you like it that way." That's tacky. You're 39 years old. And
Hmm.
that's all the conversation that you can find to come up with. Even if you're not attracted to somebody, that's all you got is sex.
Right.
The
Hmm.
substance is not there. He's tacky. Now, I will give him some credit. He does talk about sex and not being attracted to her, to his friends and to his
Hmm.
family members. So he's being
Hmm.
honest. But if you were this honest to them, why did you think it was okay to be on the show to find you forever? Because those vows that he talked about, he has said nothing, has done nothing with those vows he wrote. So I want to know who wrote those vows.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
It
were
doesn't seem. They weren't. They weren't. And even he starts it off with, well, to love somebody is to basically be hurt, ask to be hurt or whatever. He's such a weirdo.
He's none of that. He's absolutely none of that. I'm very disappointed in this match. You can tell on, well, at least for me, on the after party with Jasmine's on there, you
Yes.
could tell just by the way she's commenting, she's checked out already. And
Yeah.
then to move forward to next week's, well, on Wednesday's episode, when she's on the stripper pole for him, I wouldn't give him no extras.
No, and that's funny because how we all see different things. I guess depending on which app or which streaming service you're watching it from. I never did see that, and I've been over that about at least 3 times. I never saw her on a strip or nothing, but I hear everybody talking about it, right?
Yeah, and he's tossing her money and everything like that. I wouldn't give in to his sexual inhibitions, especially the way he's talked to her. You know, things like that. I wouldn't do it because if you just can't have a regular conversation that's outside of sex or dealing with sex or the strip clubs you used to go to allegedly and all these different things, I'm not meeting you on that level because you're not giving me anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's not like we're having sex and being intimate. We're doing this as a couple.
And we say just to let you know for future, we say hot and heavy over here.
Okay,
that's the X word.
Okay, you know, it's not a couples thing that we're doing together. This is something to make you more attracted to me, and I think she's devaluing herself by doing that with Eris. So I don't like this couple. They're hard for me to watch, honestly, because he's checked out and he's just not. He's just going through the motions. He's checked out. He's tacky. I can't do it. He's too old to be doing what he's doing as well. So that's
absolutely. We want to thank you so much. We want to thank you. We want to thank you again, and we hope to see you back here again. I know this day you have something else that you have to attend to, but we're hoping to have you back here on our panel once again. But thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Kimberly, what are your thoughts about Eris and Jasmine?
I agree with you all. I really keep saying I feel like we're going to see a different side of Jasmine. There is a reason that they connected these two people. There's no way in the world that Eris went through this whole interview not showing this side of him. And maybe they just want to bring something else out of Jasmine. But the scene about her saying, I just want him to rip my clothes off, if y'all remember that, that's an Eris move. Yep, that's something that Eris would want to do. And then just going to the rage room or the smash room.
Yeah, the rage room. That's what it's called. Thank you.
Yep, that would be something that Eris would want to have a little more action during the hot and heavy time. So I could see why he would bring her there, just wanting to see that other side of her. And then too, the pole. I saw the pole clip. And just being willing to get on the pole says, what do you have inside of you, Jasmine, that we haven't seen yet? So I think by the end of the season, we're going to see the Jasmine that Eris wants. Not saying they're going to say yes, but I think we're going to see a different side and say, oh, that's why they matched them.
I think most women, if you've lived to be a certain age and if you've ever been in a hot and heavy relationship, I think most women got, I think even ladies got a little freakiness inside of them, if not a lot of freakiness. They just know how to be ladies out in the streets. These here streets, that's what that is. But the thing about it is, I'm wondering, and by the way, great points, Kimberly, all of them. But I'm going to flip it around. I'm wondering if the experts really need, and going back to Nicole's dad, when he talks about the big D energy, and maybe we know it's a different letter for the women, maybe a V instead. But I'm wondering if Jasmine needs some big V energy. Like, why keep allowing this man? Like, there's a line, there's some boundaries that Jasmine, I love her. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she's very articulate. She communicates well. But the one thing I don't see her doing is advocating for herself. Maybe she needs Advocate Sue in here with her. Because she needs to be an advocate. No, seriously, she needs to be an advocate that this is a boundary that I will let no man, no woman, no person, no boy, no girl, no child disrespect me in this way. You don't need to keep telling me you're not attracted to me. I get it, buddy. And I'm gonna tell you something. A man would have less than one time to say that to me, and I would be done. I would not be attracted to him. Now we had to do this. We had to do this 8 weeks to get that check and not have to pay the $50,000. I could do it. I promise you, standing on my head. But what you would never have to tell me again is that you're not attracted to me. Because guess what, buddy? The moment you said that, the moment you showed me that, I would never want to have nothing to do with you again on a hot and heavy level. You don't have to worry about me. You ain't gotta
Yes.
tell me twice. You ain't gotta tell me twice. That's how
Right.
I feel about her. I just don't understand. What are you over here
I
laughing
think
at?
that is spineless and lily-livered for him to do that to her.
Yeah,
To me, a
yeah,
real man who has
and it's
confidence in himself wouldn't keep saying that. It because he would know it makes him look terrible,
and as
like a
if he's so
troll.
good looking, Roro, as if he's so
Thank
good looking. He
you.
looks like a freaking ant. Like, really?
Yeah, like a
You
troll.
look like
Like,
a freaking ant, dude.
yeah,
Oh goodness.
like our girl Monty T said she heard somebody say he looked like Skeletor. Perfect, perfect. Clap, clap, clap.
I said
That's not
advocate
perfect.
Sue. Ellen V is cutting up down here in the chat. She says, or advocate Sue or advocate Simone. Yeah, either one of those
Yep,
ladies, right?
yep,
Don't let me
yep.
call
To
the
check
advocates
him,
then. But I
you
don't need no
know.
advocate when it comes to advocating for myself or my own. No, you just women, stop allowing men to disrespect you. Stop
Hmm.
it.
Yes.
Stop it.
Hmm.
Stop
And
And
it.
that
she
is
keeps
very
bringing it up.
disrespectful.
Very.
Hmm.
And she keeps bringing it up. I'm attracted to him, but he's not attracted to me. I probably would have said that one time, if
What
then,
what
but
then?
not not keep
I wouldn't have
reminding the
said it.
people.
And what I would have been saying was it would have been changed from I used to be attracted to him.
Right.
Hmm.
Yep.
Because you're not gonna let me know that you don't find me physically hot and heavy time attractive, and I'm gonna still say I'm attracted to you.
Nope.
No, buddy, you look
Nope.
like an ant. Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Troll.
We're gonna
Troll.
I'm sorry, I
That
don't
would
like to
have been
talk
it
about
for me.
people's physical appearance, but I'm sorry, but this guy is not as hot and heavy as he thinks he is. Like, really, guys, I
Nope.
want to
Hmm.
thank you for being here. I want to thank our wonderful I can't even think of the word moderators, LMV. I want to
Yay.
thank you so much for dropping off the links. Be sure you subscribe to Kimberly's reviews. We're over at her channel on Wednesdays watching it live. So if she has the live watch party for both Married at First Sight and for Ready to Love. Guys, we got to get ready for our next live, which will be in 1 hour. We'll be back here at 6:30 for Ready to Love. Hope to see you all then.
See
Guys,
you then.
say bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
y'all.
See
Take
you at
care.
6:30.
See you guys then. All right.
All right.
My thing is acting up. My stream yard. Here we go.